In today's video, I am going to be breaking down when you need to be able to, or when you should run a half-court trap zone defense. Basically, these are going to be the strategies that I would run if I were coaching a team that was running a half-court trap. I was a half-court trap coach last year with my younger team. They were all 11-year-olds, and they were very quick. And that is one of the strategies that you need to be able to run. So, really quickly, let's get down. Let's check this out. But make sure to go check out my Deadly Defensive Strategies book that is down in the description below if you want to have some crazy traps that will help your team win more games. Okay, so there's a lot of different types of half-court traps. For example, you can run a diamond half-court trap, and just like anything, there's a lot of different ways on how you can beat it. There's a lot of different ways on how you can run it. But a lot of teams, what they will do is they will try to set up in the corners and they will try and beat it that way. So for example, if player one passes the three, they're going to try and pass that ball down the corner. The ideas behind most half-court traps is to trap up top in those sections, or to trap down below only, or to trap all four corners all game long, or while they're running that trap. They may also run a trap where they say we are only going to trap one side only and not the other, just to really mess with you as a team. So if you were to run a 1-2, which means 1-2-1-1 trap, you would generally be looking to have your slower player in the middle. You would want your fastest player at the back because he is going to be the one trying to intercept these long passes. You're going to want your longer players, as in the players with longer arms, in the 3 and 4 spot on the floor. And then you generally want a fast or strong, or both fast and strong player at the top. Generally a point guard, but I've seen a lot of teams run small forwards up here as well. The idea here is to try and bait a team into trapping right there, or at least getting the ball into this spot. That's going to move player 2 over, 5 is going to cover middle, and 4 is going to cover the reverse pass out of that situation. Just like anything, if a press is beat, most of the time, most coaches will say, okay, well, he's going to obviously go out and press your ball. We need the back man to get down and flatten out the baseline because we do not want any baseline drives, and we do not want any players coming in from the weak side, cutting from the 45 or baseline, getting that pass over and getting an easy layup. So we want to flatten out this baseline as best as possible. And generally speaking, this zone will move into a 2-3 quite easily. And that's what most teams will run. They may also run that same diamond press as a 1-3-1 half-court defense as well. So after they flatten out, so let's say you got beat on the trap, and they pass that ball down to the corner. A lot of teams will still say, okay, well, we want this to trap. 5 stays there. He covers the bottom. 1 moves over. Now we're in a 1-3-1 where if they pass it back out and they pass it back around, well, now we are back in that 1-3-1. And that's what a lot of teams will do. They'll go from a 1-2-1-1 into a 1-3-1, and it works extremely well. Especially because a 1-3-1, if you are running a 1-3-1 zone trap or just regular zone defense, backman, usually your fastest player. If he's fast and has long arms, that's a bonus. 4 and 3 generally need to have long arms to work this extremely successfully. 5 can be slow, but he still needs to be agile. And 1, he's going to be covering the top. And the idea behind player 1 is basically he needs to be a fast player, generally a point guard in some cases. If he's got long arms, that's a bonus, but if he's got strength on his side, that's even better as well. Now, I have been known into running a 2-3 half-court trap, and this does throw a lot of teams off because the middle is covered quite well. A lot of teams will try their best to try and set up in 4 corners against it. If you've got 2 very fast players up top, and you've got 3 fast, but slightly larger, but not necessarily extremely huge. So for example, last year, I ran this with 11-year-olds, and with 11-year-olds, these front 2 players were like 4'8" maybe, extremely fast. My center was like 5'2", not exactly the most tallest team for the starting lineup anyways. And then these guys were maybe 5 foot, 5'1", in that range. And we were just an extremely fast, aggressive, strong team We didn't exactly have height, but running traps was extremely successful because we had that style of play. Anytime you are running a half-court trap, you generally want to have at least a couple of guys on the floor that are extremely fast. You will only really be able to get away with having one slow player on the court. If you have more than one slow player, you are not going to be able to trap very successfully. So I wouldn't try it if you had a slower team. Make sure to go check out my deadly defensive strategies. If you are looking to trap players and teams at half court, if you are looking to be a deadly trapping team, that is the book that you need as a basketball coach. And the strategies that are used there are extremely useful. So definitely go check that out. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure to go check out that book, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.